to the Authentic BA podcast. My name is Bumi Folari. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe to the channel and like this video. Thank you so much. If you're coming back, welcome back. So today I wanted to share some tips to help you with prioritization activities. We know that organizations or businesses have a finite amount of resources, and that means that the IT organization is not able to deliver every change request or every requirement that a business or a stakeholder gives to them. So hence we have to prioritize. We have to think about all of the changes that we need to do or all of the requirements that the business want, and then see what's the most important thing to do. And how do we do this? I think the starting point is to really focus on what the business objectives are. We don't want to be spending money, time, and effort on things that don't help us achieve the business objectives. So clarify what the business vision is, what the business objectives are, and then start to look at your changes or your requirements from that perspective. So the next thing you do is to assess the impact of the change or the impact of that requirement. So for example, what does it mean if we don't deliver this change? Some requirements or some change request brings risk to the organization. So we want to look at all the risks that the change request or the requirement carries. So for example, in a finance organization, a regulatory requirement or a regulatory change would probably be ranked higher than, say, a requirement to change the look and feel of the website or to change the colors on the website, for example, because that requirement potentially carries some risks, whether it's a financial conduct authority fining them for certain things, or whether it's reputational damage, for example. So think about the risks that the change carries, what the risk is if we don't deliver that change, and that would help you to figure out how to classify that requirement, whether it's something that we must do or something that we should do or can do, for example. Once you've done that impact assessment and you're clear about what the change is, how urgent it is, whether it carries any risk, and some of these risks, for example, the organization might decide that they want to carry that risk, or we have to mitigate that risk in another way, for example. So there's different things that you could do when you're deciding how to respond to a change request. But this sort of construct gives you a way to look at every change and help you prioritize. So once you've done that and you've assessed the impact of the change, then you start to look at, right, the ones that are most impactful, how do they link into the business objectives, and you prioritize on that basis. Next, you start to then look at, right, what are the resources that we have? Because once you've prioritized from high, medium to low, then you start to look at what are the resources that we have, what are the constraints that we have. For example, we might have the resources, but we might not have the technology to do certain things. So we look at what the resources that is available to us and what the constraints are in relation to that change, and then we start to decide or collaborate with the business or the stakeholders in terms of which of these priorities we want to start tackling first. I hope you found this useful or helpful in your journey as a business analyst. If you've got any questions, please leave them in the comment section. I'll try to answer any questions people have. Or if there's any topics that you would like me to discuss or share tips on, I'll be happy to do that. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share the content, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for being here.